Hi Tricia, thanks for doing an interview with me.
Hi, it's my pleasure.
So we're going over some of the health benefits of being out in nature, and I was wondering what your thoughts were on that.
I think nature is wonderful. It's therapeutic in different ways, physical, emotional, mental.
How does it help you physically?
Physically, it helps me when I get a headache or a migraine. If I go outside for a walk, it helps alleviate the pain.
Okay, how would you say it helps you emotionally?
Well, again, walking, it increases endorphins and kind of helps me de-stress.
Oh, that's really good. Mm-hmm. And what do you like best about being outside?
The smell.
Yeah?
The smells, yeah.
What kind of smells?
Well, I'm at the beach, the smell of the ocean and the sand. At the river, the smells of the trees.
Anything else you'd like to add?
I just think that nature has a lot of benefits. Walking outside is like a reminder to drink water too, so I tend to drink more water when I'm outside.
When was the first time you realized that nature helped your mental health?
I don't think there was a time when I first realized it, because it's always affected who I am. If I'm not getting enough time in nature, then I close off, and I've always been that way ever since I was a child. I need the time outside and the time where I can hear nature breathing to be okay.
Does any form of nature help? I know today is really, really cold. Does that make it so that you can't enjoy it?
It makes it more difficult because I have physical pain. However, it's still necessary for me to get out. The last couple of weeks I was trapped at home and I got unreasonably sad, and it was just because I wasn't experiencing nature.
So what would be your ideal way of going out in nature to help your mental health?
It depends on my mood and what I'm facing. If I'm angry, I want to sit by the sea in a storm because the waves are as angry as I am and it feels like it's relevant then. If I need to burn off energy or time to think things through, I want to do Spruce Railroad Trail around the lake where I have time and it's continuous and I get some time out in nature to burn off energy. So what I do for my mental health depends on what issue I'm tackling that day and which environment's going to help me best, which is one of the reasons why I love living on the peninsula.
And what happens when you're not able to get out into nature?
I get depressed, I get sad, I stop moving and I hurt. Everything hurts. And I don't function, I can't focus.
Would you say that without being able to have the opportunity to get out into nature, you wouldn't be able to fully live your life?
I can say that it totally negatively impacts how I see the world. When I don't get out in nature, my view closes in and I'm not happy. And yeah, it does affect how I live my life, or how I don't. When I'm not getting out and I don't experience nature, I don't live. I'm only surviving.
And one last question. What part of nature? Is it the sights, the sounds, the smells, or is it all of them combined that help?
It's the combination of all of the things, because you feel different things and there's different parts of your psyche that need to be touched, so there's different parts of nature that touch each part of your psyche.
Why do you go outside?
Why do I go outside?
Yeah.
I go outside because it gets my juices flowing. Every morning I go for a walk, and they have done studies and proven, actually I just read this morning, that being out in nature, going for a walk in nature stimulates the body and mind much more positively than walking on a busy street. So that's why I go in nature.
Wow. So do you do it with intention to escape like stress and thoughts, or to feel better mentally and physically, to be social, or because it piques your curiosity?
I do it to clear my head and to get my creativity flowing, which is also a benefit of being in nature as opposed to walking through the city.
Absolutely. What are the emotions you feel before going outside versus during being outside and after being outside?
Emotions that bring me outside usually are feeling confined or stress or depression. So I go outside to get fresh air, new perspective, and to get some exercise.
Those are all good reasons. So, do you think the effects of being outside carry on long after you've returned indoors?
Yes, it carries on. I'm gonna say no to that. I think it starts to go away pretty quickly. And that's why you feel the need to go back out in nature. The more you're exposed to nature, the more you want to be in nature.
And that makes sense.
Yes.
Because you've returned back into that feeling that you felt before, kind of.
That our ancestors all felt. Every day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, do you feel that your memories are more vivid with outside activities versus inside? Or that your recall is better?
I would say I have more lasting memories of outdoor activities. And that's because most things you do outdoors are more active and more, like you said, social, and
Yeah.
you do so much more outside that it makes it more memorable.
Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing that we're becoming less associated with nature and with more technology being incorporated into our lives every day?
I think it's awful. I think it's a terrible thing. I think that we've lost touch with who we really are as people. And I think it's starting to show up in society, suicide rates, especially in teens. I think that social media is just about the polar opposite of where we should be as far as socializing and being out in nature. We've lost touch with all of that.
I think you're right about that. Does being outside diffuse feelings of anger, stress, sadness, or anxiety?
All of the above, yes,
And more, right?
and more.
Do you feel like your bonds are stronger when you have outdoor memories associated with that person?
Not particularly.
No.
I would say my bonds are stronger with. Yeah, I'm gonna say no, just because I think I have my strongest bonds with people that I've spent a lot of time with indoors as well, like family and friends.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So overall, you think being outside is good for you and your mental health and your physical?
Yeah, why don't you pan that camera around?
Yeah.
Show me one negative thing around me right now.
Need to hear the trees breathe. When there's no trees, it hurts.